I'm Paula Bohland, and you are with Paula B Coaching, and welcome to my YouTube channel. You think you want to learn real estate, and you think you want to learn all the strategy. You think you want to know how to find the right house, how to make sure you make $100,000 profit off of each flip. What's better, flipping or BRRR? How do you get it financed? You think you want to know all of the tick marks of how to. And when you finally, one, have time to know that, and two, get it all right, then you might jump into real estate. And you also think, you've got money to invest, but you of course want to make sure that you mitigate the risk, and that $100,000 that you get out of it has to kind of be dyed in the wool before you do it. And I just want to tell you, that's all BS. You can sit around and learn this stuff all day long. You can learn one more strategy. You can wait. You can want to make the next $100,000, but you and I know that that way of doing real estate is gonna keep you not making money in real estate. It's gonna keep you broke in real estate. It's in fact gonna lose you money in real estate. And why do I say that? You're probably going, what are you talking about? If I know all this stuff, I'm gonna make sure I'm mitigating risk. I'm making sure that I reduce it. Yeah, but you ain't gonna do it. You are busy, you are smart, you've got a lot going on, you've got a lot of money coming in, and you like to do other things. You like to go to Cabo for, vacations, for instance. You like to go out and have fun with your friends. And you're also smart enough to know that until you know enough to dive into this full throttle, you ain't gonna do it. And so the bottom line is, you ain't gonna do it. And when you don't do it, when you don't jump in, what happens? You don't make any money. So this method, I'm not saying that learning this isn't good, that you shouldn't mitigate your risks and all the stuff, but the method you're chasing right now for real estate investing, it's gonna keep you broke in real estate because you're not gonna make any money. You're just not gonna do it. What I want you to do is I want you to back up for a minute, and I want you to think. And I think this is a question that is not getting asked at all. Maybe not at all. And maybe not, if it is at all, it's not often enough. For high earning persons, for really busy people, for people that have done very well for themselves financially, I see this all the time with the doctors I work with, the attorneys I work with, the CEOs, whoever's, people that are starting businesses that are doing really well, the digital nomads that are doing really well. They know how to make the money, but nobody is asking them, what do you want? And if they ask them, what do you want? It's very brief, introspection. Like, I want to retire in 10 years. Okay, well, let's put the money plan together to do that. What I want you to do instead is to lay down I got to learn all of this before I can do it, of real estate. I want you to lay down because you're not going to do it until you do. And then I want you to lay down the idea of the somedayness. And I want you to pick up my idea of the North Star. And I think this is going to help you more than anything else to get into real estate investing as the vehicle. And then to get into other things that you're going to do as the vehicle to get you to where you want, instead of making the money and then hoping that you get there someday. So I want you to And this is not about like manifesting and, yeah, but you can do a vision board or all that stuff. But this is about like really asking yourself some real questions that probably nobody else is asking you, because you're successful and they're thinking, oh, they know everything about what they want and all the stuff because they're successful. But there's this hidden question: what's your North Star? And when I say that to you, what I mean by that is, what is guiding you? What is it that is your purpose? What is it that is, now that you're successful, that you really want? Why did you do all this? Why are you doing all this? Like, for instance, it may be that you want to be free. You want to just like not even do what you're doing anymore and just have freedom. It might be that you want to give back philanthropically. Like, I have a group of women that I support in Guatemala. You could come in beside me and find out more about that if you want. Just send me a note. But I'm helping them to come out of poverty and start businesses and be sustainable. And so a percentage of what I collect in my business goes to support that, right? So there's a why behind it, and it's a North Star. It's something I think about every day, and there's a sweet spot in it. It isn't trudging. It isn't like, Sunday night and being like, oh no, I got to go back into the office on Monday. It isn't, oh, all these problems with my office. Why did I even start this business? And now I make so much money. It's, it's hard to face it. It's the sweet spot of what is calling you in your heart. Okay, so if we think about this biblically, we think about, the birth of Jesus, the wise men, they were following the star. And I would submit to you that those wise men couldn't turn away from that star, even if they wanted to. If they were doing other things, if they were talking about other things, they were dealing about any other problems, it still called them. And that's your North Star too. And you're at a place in your life where it's calling you. And so for you to take a minute and just be in reflection and think about, what is that sweet spot, that piece that energizes me, that is calling me forward to do something, be something, have something. And it doesn't have to be altruistic, like, I'm gonna, help an entire country become wealthy. I mean, that's fine. It could be that I want to retire with my family, or I want to spend more time with my family, or I want to go to Disney World. You've probably been 200 times, but whatever it is, could be. I had a client one time that really was building this business, had spent probably 70 hours a week in this building this business. And it was very, very successful for him. And he started coaching with me. This was back in the days when I did my master business coaching. And he was coaching with me, and what he would do every week is he would tell me what he didn't want. He would tell me what was going on in the office. He would tell me all the aggravation, And so finally I said to him, okay, that's all good. And by the way, this has a training point to you. So you could list all your things that you don't want, also indicate what you really do want. So if you spend some time listing those gripes and those complaints, the other side of that coin is what you do want. So I asked him, what is it that you really do want? And he was quiet for a minute, and he actually got teary-eyed. And he said to me, I have not been on a vacation with my kids or taken time off for more than 10 years. And what I really want is to just leave this for 6 weeks and go to Europe and travel with my kids and just be with them. And that's when everything changed. That was his North Star. And then he followed it up with, but I couldn't because this is happening, but I couldn't because that is happening, and I couldn't because it wasn't because of the money. It was because of all the other things, that get in your way when you're that busy and you're running a big business and all the things, right? And so we coached on for the next just few weeks, because when we got to that sweet spot, we got to that energy spot, when he knew his North Star, he couldn't turn away. And so it only took him a couple of weeks to sort this all out. And 4 weeks later, after many, many years of never taking a vacation, never leaving his office, he went on a vacation with his children and traveled all through Europe, and it changed his life. For one, his business continued to run without him. Amazingly so. He had set it up and he made sure about that. We did that in coaching, and he saw, and in fact it did better, right? Because he wasn't there all the time banging it away and worn out. His relationship with his children got fixed and reignited. Let's say that it was already good, but reignited in a different way. They were almost grown adults now, and he. And maybe the bigger thing is he reconnected with that spark of what he really wanted. And today he has written, I don't know, 4 or 5 books. He's a speaker. He's won awards for his books. His company is doing better than ever. It's probably 10x in its income. He's married the woman of his dreams. I mean, it just continues, it continues, and continues. And recently, the really blessed thing is that we're in conversation now, because I'm using real estate as one vehicle to help you get your North Star. We're talking about how he can put that together in use real estate to create a legacy, and also to expand his business internationally, and go into more and more things that promote his North Star. He's also doing tons and tons of philanthropic things with the incomes that are coming in from his planned real estate investments. So back to the point. If you wait till you learn this all, if you wait till you know it all, you want to do it, it'll make you money, you're not really going to make the wealth that you want. And in fact, it's going to keep you broke. So turning your head to your North Star, and then letting go of that idea of you have to do it all for your business, for real estate, all the things, is going to release your ability to create even more, to be even happier, and make more money than you even knew. And you don't actually have to do it all. And you knew this in your heart of hearts. But I'm going to encourage you to evaluate your North Star. And then we can pair it into how do you blend a vehicle for investment to make sure that happens. But let's establish the North Star first, so it leads your money instead of your money leading it. If you want a free consultation to talk about finding your vision and your North Star, it's in the show notes. You can just set it up. It's not a sales call. It's for us to have a beautiful chat and help you down the journey of figuring that out. And we do have a done-for-you real estate investment program, so you don't have to figure all this out. If you're interested in that, we can have that conversation in our chat as well. Please like this video, subscribe for more of this content, and leave us a note, leave us a comment about what you found helpful. At least write about your North Star. That would be great, and other people can read it. It's inspiring to other people, and share this with somebody else that needs to hear it. I'm Paula Bohland. We'll talk soon.